give out, a good performance, because this is very key.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Well, Coach Tembo of Supersport United has made 3 changes from the team that played to a 1-0 draw against Chippa United. Keenan Phillips is starting at right back. Sfiso Ngubeni, who was on the bench against Chippa, is also in that lineup today, as well as Utalent Mbata starting at right wing. Coaches, your thoughts on that starting 11?
Well, a very young team blended with some good experience in the likes of Basera and Klapo and company. And the keeper, obviously our number 1 keeper, Ronwen Williams. He'll be leading the line from the back. Exciting lineup, and with lots of youth exuberance. We want to see how they do in the cup. We've seen them in the league, and they haven't disappointed. So hopefully we'll see another good game from them tonight.
Speaking of exciting youth, you've selected your Impact player, Jesse Dawn, who's been a marvel to watch in that center of midfield.
Yeah, he's just grown in stature. He's a product from the academy, and he's grown in leaps and bounds. His maturity is starting to show. The more game time he has, the more minutes he has, he'll show a lot more maturity. He's basically a player that is able to ensure that the midfield is stable. He wins possession there. He's got a huge engine. He's a box-to-box player. Really exciting player for Supersport. And I expect him to really step up to the plate tonight and give us a great performance.
He's filled in big shoes since Teboho Mgwena's departure.
Yeah, huge shoes. But I mean, Teboho also started just like Jesse did, as a young player coming through. And he's now made his mark. He's a Bafana player. He's playing for a great team in Mamelodi Sundowns. So yeah, I think that's where we all start. And all that they need is the support from the coach, the ability for him as a coach to give them an opportunity and trust them. And I think that is what the coach has done. For as long as I remember, since Jesse has been promoted, he's been given the nod ahead of maybe some of the more experienced campaigners.
Supersport United won both their matches in the Nedbank Cup away from home against Maritzburg United as well as Platinum City. That was without the fans. Coach, they are playing away from home once again, but this time around with fans.
Fans make a huge difference. Obviously, their voices, the vuvuzelas are going to be blowing, and that's going to help the players on, especially if you look at the fact that they want to make a mark, especially in this cup. We've seen it in the past where the likes of Galaxy won this particular competition, beating Kaizer Chiefs in the final. So why not, if TTM wants to do it, I'm sure they have the capacity to do so. You heard the coach say, don't underestimate us.
And how important will starting well be for either team? Because you don't want to find yourself chasing, just in case we also go to extra time or penalties.
Yeah, you wanna make sure that you try and get a result within normal time. You don't want to go into penalties, because the penalties is a lot of, it can go anyway. And if it goes to penalties, and obviously, in my opinion, Supersport look like the team because of their number 1 and their captain, Ronwen Williams.
And they've got the legs. I mean, they've got the legs, they've got the experience having played in the DSTV Premiership. And they are cup specialists. When you look at the number of times they've won this particular cup.
Yeah, they are cup specialists. They have the experience. And as I said, it's going to be a case tonight for TTM to hit the ground running, to get that early goal, but not just to sit on an early goal, because that's the danger. You get a goal, you sit back, and then before you know it, it's 1-1, and then you possibly go to extra time or even lose it in normal time. So they want to make sure that they manage the game properly. It's about scoring goals, but it's about ensuring that you have a good structure, a well-organized structure. You have players that are prepared to run their legs off, just to ensure that they get the result.
Coach, who's advancing to the semi-finals tonight?
It's a difficult one to call, but I think I will put my money on TTM tonight.
Okay, that's a very bold prediction. Let us know on social media who's advancing to the very first semi-final of the Nedbank Cup 2022. Chakuma Chamadibandira playing host to Supersport United. The fans are back. I'll tell you this, there's strict measures to ensure got a vaccination site outside, and you also need to produce a negative COVID test not older than 72 hours. So this is just outside the stadium where we have a vaccination site. Now, comment commentary team. We have Grant Bissett in English alongside Coach Farouk Khan, Yesizulu, Snore Reginald Ndlovu Mapentela Kasisuthu, the mayor of 1632, Arnold Rankoko, bringing you the first semi-final in the quarter-final rather in the Nedbank Cup between TTM as well as Supersport United. Will Supersport United advance to the semi-final for the first time since 2017, or will TTM cause an upset here at the Thohoyandou Stadium? Stay tuned to your World of Champions. It's Kiona time on your World of Champions.
In life, we're all faced with those undoubtable no-brainer moments. Those unmissable opportunities that just make sense.
Hey, Baba!
In life, we're all faced with those undoubtable no-brainer moments. Those unmissable opportunities that just make sense.
Hey, Baba! What's up?
Hey, waiter! Do you need a lift? What's up?
Those simple choices that just make life lekker.
Beer, I buy.
Get a risk-free first bet at Sporting Bet. If you lose, you get to have another go. If you win, you win. Sporting Bet. It's a no-brainer.
Not for persons under the age of 18. Enjoy responsibly.
All new Toyota Agya. Sleek styling, modern convenience, LED projector headlamps, alloy wheels, push start ignition, Wi-Fi. Hang on, all of that's in there?
Yeah, it's even got a service plan.
Nice. The Toyota Agya. It's a big deal for a small car.
We gonna get it started.
The Premier Soccer League proudly presents the Nedbank Cup. Dynamic, exhilarating. The Nedbank Cup. Leona. The Nedbank Cup. The one.
Well, it's been over 2 years, more than 750 days since these fans were last permitted past the turnstiles, but the wait is finally over. Voices will be ringing out from the stands once again. South Africa's missing piece in terms of domestic football is back. And knockout action falls under the spotlight again. Just 8 remain in contention for the 2022 Nedbank Cup crown, which Akumba Chamatibendila and Supersport United, the first pair to lock horns, seeking a semi-final spot under lights and in front of fans in Thohoyandou. Well, a very warm welcome to this, the Vembe region of the Limpopo province for this Nedbank Cup quarter-final, featuring two sides who are struggling somewhat in their respective division. Today's visitors, DSTV Premiership outfit Supersport United, are barely clinging to their spot in the top 8, whilst TTM are found going tough in the Gladys Championship this term, resigned to a spot in the bottom half, although probably comfortably enough clear of the relegation battle at the moment, and having their supporters behind them for the remainder of the season will certainly serve them well. And for both their exploits in the Nedbank Cup, have provided some of their brighter moments in 2022. Both will be extremely eager to continue their run in the competition, especially considering that their faithful will be able to view them doing it if indeed they continue on. Both have ambitions of lifting this title. Well, as the players get formalities out of the way here under lights, which is quite a rarity at the Thohoyandou Stadium, we will soon be able to introduce you to the protagonists for today. Yeah, get on your cell phone. Tell your friends that it's happening here. 20,000 to capacity, limited to 50%, so 10,000 permitted here this evening at the Thohoyandou Stadium. Have to be fully vaccinated or able to produce a PCR test that's not older than 72 hours. Okay, so just a single change to report for Chakuma from the side that overcame Free State Stars 2-1 in the Gladiator. Championship that was a week ago. Tebogo Motlong makes way to accommodate the inclusion of Tepo Matete, who hasn't started since a 4-0 defeat away to Hungry Lions midway through last month. The dribbling wizard did, however, start both previous Nedbank Cup matches, scoring in the first round against Le Montfort Golden Arrows. And tonight they come up against another top-flight team in the form of Supersport United. It's a depleted Matsatsansa, who have made 4 changes from the team that drew with Chipper midweek. Jamie Webber's out with illness. Tumoro, Nklapo and Waiswa dropped to the bench. Coming in this evening are Keenan Phillips, Talente Mbata, Jesse Don, and Sfiso Ngubeni. For Mbata, this is just his second start of the season, his first having come all the way back in early December. So I have the immense pleasure of being joined by Farouk Khan in commentary, who's taken a close look at the formations.
Yeah, well, clearly TTM, not many changes, just the one. They look to come into this game and try and ensure that they knock Supersport off their pedestal. But it's going to be a huge challenge for the Manzini up front with Ndou. Those are the experienced players that come to this game. But also the fact of Ngwepe, we will be ably supporting Manzini. And there we see the coach, Lucky. Now look how. Yeah, with Supersport, we know they've had so many changes to this team, but they've endured, and they have a very formidable defense, a solid defense with Clears coming in. He's had a very good start to his career with Johannes as well. Phillips Pasera, the only experienced player, with Williams ably supporting them from behind. But it's in that midfield where Ngoma and Don will be marshalling the team.
Well, the coaches have risen, the players have assembled, and now we observe a moment of silence. Well observed by the fans. That would have been a new phenomenon for them. Moment of silence to honor the loss to the COVID-19 pandemic. Round of applause for the frontline workers. It's filling up quite nicely here at the Thohoyandou Stadium. We anticipated that we wouldn't get anywhere near the 10,000 that would have been allowed at Faflela Kunta is the man in charge with the whistle at the Nkosi Mtungeni, and Lalani Ngati will be the first and second assistants respectively. Well, he's been in hot goal scoring form as Rulani Menzini, the veteran. He wears the captain's armband today. He has 8 goals in total across all competition and 3 in his last 4. He'd love to continue that particular streak. He scored in the past 2 matches on the spin. But Mr. Kunta almost ready to get us up and running. This is the first Nedbank Cup quarterfinal for 2022. We're underway here under lights in the northernmost, one of the northernmost venues in the country. And this place really can rock on its day. So TTM do come into this match on the back of a victory in league. They had gone through. Happy to get the points. Ndo and Menzini, the usual suspects on the score sheet against Elakoto. Supersport United snuck a point against the Chile Boys at home, needing a very late penalty from Kampani Lungu, who's been their goal scorer in chief this season, to rescue something from that match. Redrafted in. Tsepo Matete, better known as Squama, scored an incredibly crucial goal against Abafana Bestende in their last 32 match. The Montfort Golden Arrows did get the equalizer on that night through Montfort, but in the end, they held their nerve in the penalty shootout to advance. It is their name on the trophy, Farouk, but technically not the defending champions, this new iteration of Chakuma Tamati Bandila. The defending champions play tomorrow under the guise of Marumo Gallants in the only all top flight clash of this round as they meet Baroka.
Ground, they need to be very solid in defense, especially against the fact that you have Supersport who are looking to play that ball forward. We saw the intention earlier on, play that ball, those diagonal passes, and thus far they have dealt with it, but it's still very, very early. We'll have to wait and see how they stop the supply rather than how they deal with it.
Nice composure there from Ronwin Williams to found Basera, and then from Fleurs onto Johannes. Was barring Basera, a very young backline for Supersport United. Fleurs, 22 years of age. Phillips also 22. And Keegan Johannes just recently turned 21. That was a week ago. Basera under the ball. Run away from Sfisun Kopeni, who's been deployed in a more attacking role this evening. Made his debut back in February in a losing cause against Maritzburg United, a match that 2-1. There's Jesse Don. He's having his shirt tugged by Ndani Ndo.
Well, in fact, the pairing of Jesse Don with Ngoma, we looked at the team and we thought, is that a mistake? Is Ngoma playing as a central midfielder? Here we see a young man, Asiboja, being impeded by Peta. Clearly had no business tackling him from behind.
So ball whipped in, fended away.
Something that I think Coach Nelukau should have mentioned or must have mentioned is don't give away too many fouls in your own half. This is an experienced team, Supersport, and they can punish you.
Nice ball by Jesse Don over the top, connecting with Reims by Gershon Kok.
Kok a little bit clumsy at first.
Ebong Mlangeni brought down. That's Talente Mbata, turned 22 last month. Hasn't seen a lot of game time. He's made a few appearances off the bench, but his last start came in early December in a 1-0 loss against Skakuni United. Now ball towards Matete. There he is again, the 30-year-old. There's an audible rise in volume whenever he gets himself on the ball.
They're showing a lot of confidence in possessing the ball, but it's what they do with that possession. I suppose they're keeping the ball so that their teammates can get into positions and then play the forward pass as we've seen them do there.
Ronwen Williams claims that one. If they were to get to the final, then he would reach 30 appearances in the Nedbank Cup. Now Tulungu, thwarted by Nicholas Plong.
Plong guiding the likes of, I suppose, to some extent may have given him a bit of space, but fortunately for him, managed to put in a block. Goalkeeper Kok. Gershon, not the tall of goalkeepers. He'll have to do a lot to deal with the aerial balls.
So decent take from Gomez, found Jesse Don. Wasn't his intent, but he has returned it to him, who is absolutely crunched by Rulani Manzini. Right, he's given the ball away. Lungu with the cross into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Manzini putting a brilliant tackle and then becoming a little bit lackadaisical and lost the ball. Did ever so well, should have possibly to play the ball forward.
Phillips back to Williams. Now Johannes. He returned back from a relatively lengthy injury that he had picked up during the festive break in their last Nedbank Cup game against Platinum City Rovers, a match which they won 1-0 courtesy of a goal from Rasibocha less than 30 seconds into the match. It also happened to be his first ever Supersport United. He's since added to that 2 games back in that cause against Le Mans Falcon Arrows. Everything fell apart when they had 2 players dismissed, that being Tamsang Kabusta and Ikram Reyners.
Very unfortunate, but an ill discipline, especially with Reyners there stamping on an opponent. And that let the team down badly, I believe, on the night.
The corner in has dropped to the edge of the box. Ronald Williams is behind that. Now TTM are here to compete. Make no mistake about that.
Ball not cleared and well taken shot, but I believe Ronwen had it covered. Didn't have enough on it to beat the keeper of his quality. It looked to bend it a little bit. Ronwen read it, and I think it's Alabi there.
Yeah,
he's Alabi.
Former JDR man, of course, have to credit him for what was a pretty decent shot that was at least on target for a centre half.
At least on target, yeah, you wouldn't complain. But I suppose if you want to beat the likes of Ronwen, you've got to put more pace on it, more spin on it.
Easy call for Nkosim Dongeni. Offside against the 34-year-old Manzini. Now Rasibocha, or rather Lusa, kept that under his spell. So it was going to run away from him.
Yeah, Lungu's very, very, very aggressive. And there's the other Kampani Lungu. What's that, Lungu? Oh, that's Lunga.
Yeah, Kampani Lungu.
Yeah.
Although if you call that out on the training field, he probably won't answer. He goes by Jones, and that's how they all know him. TTM look long. It's cleaned up by Thohoyandou. Immediately, there's pressure on him. This is Luke Fleurs. Supersport did seek to escape from the back. Basera. Kupeni. Basera again. Talenta Mpata. Spots Phillips. Right-hand side. Don spreads the play. He's asked a lot of Kupeni, but credit to him, he's kept that one alive.
TTM need to watch that man in front, number 17, Lungu. He seems to be drifting from left to right. It's just allowed Kupeni to push up into that space on the left-hand side.
Now Lungu snuck in to steal that. Good clearance by Alabi. It was a very necessary one. Phillips beaten to it by Manzini. TTM have now lost possession, and it's Jesse Don who takes over.
Showing lots of confidence. Jesse Don is looking at the ball. He's spreading those passes.
Don with the searching ball forward once again. But he doesn't quite have the legs. Yeah, former Celtic man. It's fine. I'm going but Lodi Sundowns. Jesse Don first really came into the South African football fans' consciousness in the Nedbank Cup, playing for Ubuntu Cape Town back in 2018. He matched against Amazulu as man of the match against Free State Stars.
Yeah, he's a very simplistic, effective player. He doesn't do too much on the ball. He doesn't run unnecessarily with the ball. He's a player that and in doing so, he always affords his team that stability in midfield.
Oh, that was rattled into the feet of Mbate. He did so well to control and he slipped it through. The flag goes up for offside. But Talenta Mbate's involvement in that move was quite brilliant. The efforts are applauded by the man.
Yeah, he went a split second too early, but the assistant doing ever so well there to judge it to have been an offside. He got that one on.
It's all the way through to Williams for a pass. Well, they're missing plenty of players of Supersport United. Thohoyandou de Klokwe out with a shoulder injury, as is Julie Manziba. Mahachi has an ankle problem. Jamie Weber is sick, suspended, as we mentioned. Reyners, Kabuza, and Sipho Mbule is out of the squad for issues within the camp. Of course, there's also Bradley Grobler. He's been out for such a long time that these days it's kind of a given. Out for the season, injured. Ken Phillips chooses to go back to Johannes. Supersport United will start the process again. Here's Luke Fleurs in possession. Space for Jesse Don. Quickly closed down by Matete. It's from Basera. Sarah are able to get the better of Mangeni. Love to add to his 2 goals that he has in the course of this term so far.
Well, the tempo of the game is slowed down dramatically. Both teams are just trying to keep possession, at times looking to play that forward pass.
To Paula, experienced player, tosses that in. In the background, you would have seen the coach, Kinelekau, in his full military fatigues.
Yeah, and he saluted seems like Alabi got more than in the process, taking the brunt.
And is not particularly, doesn't agree with the call. Mangeni almost sneaks it through. Manzini was waiting. Bata out to Rasibocha. Nice ball for Ngoma. Ngoma skips away from one and it'll fall to Jesse Dawn! Oh my goodness, what a goal that is! Well, it's something he's added to his game in recent time. He went 33 appearances for Supersport United without netting. But since the turn of the year, he's grabbed 3, and that is the best of the lot by a mile.
Quality strike there from Jesse Don, but it's a build-up on the right-hand side that afforded him that strike, and that was Rasibocha. Look at the run there, ball played through, keeps it up there, looks up. Look at the cutback here. Great strike there. And keeper Cock had no answer for that particular strike from Don. Well taken. Good pace on the ball, and he kept it just under the post.
Well, a lovely crisp hit from the Cape Town-born Jesse Don. He opened his Supersport United account, his first ever senior goal in the losing cause against Maritzburg United via his heads. Then got another 2 games later against Amazulu, a clever improvised shot on the turn. And now he's scored an absolute belter.
Well, it's just the quality of the shot. It's come to him. He's got very little time, and he struck that ball so cleanly.
So Supersport United lead away to TTM. Oh, it's not a given that they're going to hang on. They haven't been particularly good at doing that this season. Even more so in recent times. Across all competitions this term, this is the 14th instance that they have taken the lead, that they've gone on to lose. Well, they want to add to it here. That's Cock will get there ahead of Gampani Lungu. Back in November of last year, they took the lead against them and Marumo Gallants, but lost both of those games 2-1. And then if you remember, towards the middle of last month, they were 2-0 up against Orlando Pirates, lost that game 3-2. And then, of course, that match against Lamont for Golden Arrows not long ago, also lost that one 3-2. there's been precedent for relinquishing leads for Matatlansa. And here come TTM. Still, they continue on. Another opportunity for Peta. And a force at the edge of the area, and that's blasted high and handsome by Ngwepe.
Well, there was a huge difference between what we saw Don do earlier on and that particular strike there. Lots of power, but no accuracy.
Well, they've already been treated to a gorgeous goal. Hasn't come in favor of the side that many of these fans turned out to see. Understandably, a rather partisan crowd here this evening. Not an easy trip for anyone of a Supersport United persuasion. And the coaching tips will continue to cascade from the stands, as we've become accustomed to over the years, but have missed over the past two.
Yeah, the coaches that at the end of the day don't really win or lose their matches.
Swept across fields by Fleurs for Phillips. But collects. Diving header clean. It's regathered by Basera, and Supersport look to go again, but they've had the ball nicked away from them. And Tupola. He's such a wonderful career in the top flight. There's plenty of experience. There's the man who is fouled here, Bangubeni.
Tupola being uprooted there, Bangubeni. Good player, quality player.
Yeah. He hails from the Limpopo province. Originally from Uruguay. Great career. Like Chipper United, spent time in the Land of Pirates as well. There's Matete briefly on the ball, just for a moment to get the fans excited. Oh, we've missed that. Many voices disagreeing in unison with the call of the referee. So today, the first match where fans can come in and fill the stadium to a 50% capacity. There have been supporters permitted in select previous matches, but you couldn't purchase tickets for the MTN8 final. And Mamelodi Sundowns and Amazulu have also let fans come into the stadium for their CAF Champions League matches, but that was capped at 2,000. Bafana Bafana played some of their qualifiers in front of also a small smattering of fans as well. But this is more like it.
Yeah, this is just giving the game another dimension. There's a lot of atmosphere with fans in the stadium. You know, we've been with our fans for such a long time, we have forgotten what it is to have fans.
Nice firm pass to try and find Tupola. It's just run away from the 32-year-olds.
I think TTM need to keep the ball better. They're not really getting many opportunities. It's been Supersport that have been the dominant team tonight, creating more chances and scoring that stunner from Jesse Don.
Well, they've won both their previous Nedbank Cup games this year by a single goal to nil. A very late Ikram Reyners goal against Maritzburg, as that's cleared away, and a very early Rasibocha goal against Platinum City Rovers. TTM actually haven't scored this season in any match before the 27th minutes of any game, and that came in the preliminary rounds match for the Nedbank Cup 2-1 win over Cape Town All-Stars. The man holding midfield, Dolamo, scoring 27 minutes in. That's better. Here's the former Supersport United man, Mpeta, on the flank. And he has won them a corner. So if they were to score from this, Farouk, it would be the earliest goal of the season, but yeah, quite bizarre. Only one of 23 goals in all competitions has been before the 30-minute mark.
Well, the quality of this delivery is going to be key if they want to score. Let's see if they pull it off.
Referee just laying down the law. And Thohoyandou getting a bit of a talking to.
Oh, they have the quality aerially with fierce there.
It's a poor delivery.
A wasted opportunity. You get a corner with football is half a goal. But that particular delivery will never end up anywhere close to goal.
Now Matete won that in the air. There's a huge coming together in the box. 50-50 ball.
Initially, Matete was looking to get something, maybe a penalty, but
yeah,
referee well positioned.
He made the initial header and then tried to. Keegan Johannes is still down. Only recently returned from injury.
Diagonal ball played in, headed forward, and there we see the set for Matete, but Johannes blocking that particular effort.
Osquama scored with his head, making it it's got a good all-round game.
Well, I think he's changed his game from just showboating, and he's now realized that football is not just about chibobos and standing on the ball. It's more about getting the ball forward and testing the opposition's goal.
And the involvement from those in shot goes up a few decibels whenever he does get a touch. Very even in terms of total passes. Supersport United just hit triple figures. Also very even in terms of how effective they've been with those passes. Now, Matatatsa get in behind once again. They're having a lot of success down that right-hand flank. That's the corner for TTM though. Grip it. Well, originally appeared to be a slightly aimless ball, but it's created a big opportunity here for TTM. Manzini lashed that towards goal.
Manzini did ever so well, but I think his teammates was ball watching. If you look at that ball, that particular ball, Supersport switch up for a moment. Manzini gets in behind, but there's no numbers in the box. The likes of Nangeni and them just were too far off the mark to benefit or profit from that rebound.
Grab his take. Ball goes in favor of Supersport United. A big let-off there for them. Fleurs and Bata both ball watching in that instance and allowing Manzini to sneak in behind.
Yeah, they should play to the whistle, or they should play until the ball is out of play. They stop playing. Manzini ever so alert, latched onto it.
One in the air by former Kaizer Chiefs junior, Nicholas McLaughlin. He made a name for himself at Pulwani City. As a lobby. The aforementioned McLaughlin. Masera rising, winning then in the air. Kobeni challenged for it up against Sopolo, who came sliding back in to try and win it. Now this is Aubrey Ngoma, clipped forward. Labi strides into space, spotted an option. It's on the left-hand flank. Been won here by Rasibocha. Ngoma. Aubrey Ngoma. Now Jesse Dodd, this combination worked a treat earlier on.
Well, this is the acceleration from Rasibocha. They got the ball, got in behind, using his pace, getting the ball in, and unfortunately unable to get a shot on target. But clearly this Supersport team, when you give them room in that defensive third of TTM, they can create some goal-scoring opportunities.
A quarter hour to go before the half-time interval. Points. Sarah, Kobeni, Ngoma. Nice touch to try and return it to Stephen Kobeni. There's Manzini. Scooped forwards from Langeni. Beaten to it by Onesmo Basera. Good pace there by Kobeni, and lovely recovery as well by Diamond Tupola.
Diamond Tupola really showing that age is but a number. Makes that important tackle. Been working in that midfield and supporting the team defensively as well in that right back position.
Now Kobeni. Jesse Don. Tries to curl it in first time. It's not the best. Matete goes down. He wanted to take it quickly. He's prevented from doing so. Petter gets it upfield. Decent ball from the fullback, and it's crashed across goal into the shins of an opponent. They'll come again here, the hosts, trailing. That's seeking to go into the break level. They are yet to trail in the Nedbank Cup this season. Didn't concede against Sidinkanye in the last round, and they opened the scoring against the Montfort Golden Arrows.
Serra there, taking out the lies of Mangeni, who's trying to shield the ball. Sometimes I can't understand if a player is not really facing your goal, he's facing the opposite direction, just guide him. And I think Basera a little bit over anxious.
Diamond Tupola. His delivery is repelled. But Gomez, header away, drops the gain for the fullback. Now Labi. Delamo, under a bit of pressure, escapes it. Driven across fields for Matete, who's flagged offside. Could have been promising, but I think Ngongeni made up his mind very promptly.
Clearly standing offside, although the bench of TTM is not in agreement, but clearly good refereeing, and he knows he was offside.
throw in from Phillips is too long for anyone. Rasipocha was the man furthest forward. So, was absent from the dugout in their last game, the win against Sininkani, attending the funeral of his brother, and that is why he's clad in his full military fatigues today. They belong to his brother Arnold Mudau, who sadly passed away not so long ago, and he's wearing them this evening off the ground. Paying homage to his older brother, now sadly departed. Also the reason why they did the salute celebration, the goals they scored against Sininkani, even in the absence of Lucky Nilikau, with Ricardo Mriri in the dugout in that particular game. Sidon has it. He's found Rasipocha. Rasipocha seizing Alabi. Just look to drill that across with Goma the only man waiting. I'll settle here for a corner kick.
Guepe there being guilty of being a bit careless in losing possession, which put Supersport on the break attack. And Maklang's Apollo have had so much to do to ensure that Supersport don't get that important second goal.
Goma's corner. A lot of whip on that one.
That's a quality corner. Here we see a counter attack.
Matete stabbed it forwards, and Blankeni tried to continue the charge. Matete again. Blankeni involved, and a hurried clearance away by Johannes. Now this is broken very kindly for Aubrey and Goma. Rasipocha was up ahead of him. Mungo a little further out on his left. He can locate neither.
I tell you what, Grant, it's nice to see the way they keep possession at TTM, but it's about ensuring that you convert that possession into some more attacking actions, and then only will you be rewarded.
Once again, the flag goes up. It was Benzini and Do, their biggest goal threats, the two men involved.
Johannes there leading with the arm. That is what I think the referee has given a foul for.
It is initially when he took the cue of the first assistant, it appeared that perhaps the goal could have been offside. It's not the case. A foul on Manzini. So a really great opportunity here for TTM. We close in on the halftime break. Three-man wall. Being made to retreat the requisite distance. Arguably one of the most powerful free kick takers. Still playing, at least within the borders of South Africa. He's interested in this one. It's a difficult angle though, but we'll still have a sight of goal.
Well, it's not just about the wall, it's also about Ronwin Williams.
And he really can hit them, and he has. Firing a missile towards goal there. Ronwin Williams alert to it. On target from Manzini. Good intervention for the keeper.
Well, he's beaten the wall very effectively, but then he had to ensure that he beats our number one Ras played against France.
It's not often that you say that about a keeper that concedes 5.
Well, you had to watch the game and
yeah,
you
exactly.
thought it could have been double figures.
Now Supersport United get forward, looking for their second. It's through to Obiangoma. And he's thwarted at the very last moment. Does have 3 Nedbank Cup goals, so they've all come in the colours of Cape Town City. Poke through for Matete, that was nice. He's lifted that one for Belamo. Pass goes astray. Intriguing battle, this one. Into the final 5 minutes of this first half. Interestingly, TTM this season have conceded first as many times as Supersport United have scored first, that being 14. They've managed to turn the game around on 2 occasions. How will they deal with this? It's offside. That being all the way back in August when Cape Town All-Stars scored the opening goal. TTM went to win that one 3-1, and then again last month when they beat Pretoria Callies from a goal down. What did you make of that offside call? It's often tricky when the player is right in front of the assistant.
Yeah, he was clearly offside. He didn't time his run. And the defense did ever so well not to drop too early and leave him in an onside position. So good defending from TTM on that particular occasion.
It's 27-year-old Ngwepe. Last touch to Paula. Now has Gubeni's clutches. It's a game that's been played in good spirits so far, as evidenced by that little interaction.
Yeah, I think it's been played in good action. It hasn't been the most quickest of games. It's been a game that has been in its moments. I think both teams have really competed well. TTM have tried to create some chances, but it's just that final pass that has eluded them.
Oh, they're looking for the final pass again. Mangeni has won his side a corner of the knees of Keegan Johannes.
Good cut back there. Manzini isolated in the middle there. The service didn't reach him. We need better quality to that man, Manzini, and he will repay your faith in him.
Now Matete flings it back in. Williams came out to claim, but they couldn't take any chances there. Rasibocha got it away. Upfield for Lungu goes down under the challenge of Gwepe, former Cosmos and Cape Town All-Stars man.
Here we see the tackle. It was the ball goes to stay behind, but I think what is key to mention is the fact that Chakuma, whenever they're in the gold area, they react second to the ball. See crosses coming in, they're always second to the ball. They need to ensure that they get to that cross or that pass on, and maybe it will give them the equalizer.
Do is in the near, forces Fleurs to nod it out. Just recently back into the lineup, Luke Fleurs.
Quality player, Luke Fleurs. Defender with a real good future in the game.
Supersport United not fatigued from a long day of travelling. They arrived here yesterday. Came from Gauteng on a bus, stopped in Puluwani to train, and then made their way through to Thohoyandou. Now that's been won cleanly according to the referee, and big opportunity for TTM to draw level late on here. Mlangeni's shot is fended away. I'm not sure how much he knew about that. This is Ndo. Falling kindly for him again. And he hasn't been able to locate Smenzini. He was lurking just outside his 6-yard area. Ronald Williams wanted to slow us down. Hard to learn how much additional time has been got at the end of this half. So just a minute for Supersport United to see out. An opportunity for Squama to uncork some skills late on. But for the most part, he has been direct and purposeful when needed. Benny sensed the presence of Damin Tapola behind him. Perhaps one last chance for the visitors here. Kampani Lungu, Jesse Don, Pata available in the center of the park. Gomez touch a little heavy. Lungu turns. Long and now Tapola. That should be it, and it is for the first half. Well, the opening quarter-final in the Nedbank Cup for this year between Takuma Tamati Bendile and Supersport United has been quite a good watch up till this point. In front of fans who've certainly added that missing dimension back to the game. Ronald Williams has been troubled a few times. He really had to scramble to get clear that powerful free kick from Brunlani Manzini. They are protecting a lead that they accrued in the 17th minute, courtesy of Jesse Don. An absolute corker separates these two sides here. United won.
The Premier Soccer League proudly presents the Nedbank Cup. Dynamic, exhilarating, the Nedbank Cup. Fiona, the Nedbank Cup, the one.
With the 4-3-3, they will keep the momentum. They've conceded in 4 of their last 5. Their new signing is yet to score.
They'll battle on the counter press.
Their backline will be solid. They'll be caught on the break.
It'll go down to the wire.
This is why I bet.
This is why I bet.
This is why I bet. Betway.
Today, this young man was head and shoulders above the rest, cutting his way into the history books, giving fresh faves without his energy fading. And it all started when he fueled up with a small cram decker. Your lunchtime achievement award winner, Becky. Cram more day and pure day with a small cram decker. That's 2 layers, 3 cheeses, and a cheese griller crème crust for just $69.90. Demonese Pizza. Try something amazing.
Where do you go to determine the destination of the title against a relentless opponent that always demands you fight until the end, who again stands in the way between yourself and the dream of landing the biggest prize in the land? You go to the next level for the most anticipated contest of the season on the one broadcaster that brings you unbeatable football anytime, anywhere on the DSTV app.
what would you put name to? A priceless piece of art? A blank check? Or an award-winning single-grain whiskey made only in the Cape? Matured not once, but twice, in oak barrels for a smooth, flavoursome taste. It's what we're proud to put our name on. Bain's Cape Mountain Whiskey. Whiskey Remastered.
I don't know about you, but I know what I want. I want to be entertained. I want to be thrilled. All of the jets. I want excitement. I want options. Variety. I want it today, tonight, tomorrow. I want it all. That's why Hollywood bets.
Did you know Nedbank has credit offers that are tailored just for you?
Seriously?
Seriously. And you can get a credit card, an overdraft, or personal loan in just 2 minutes.
Do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money choices seriously?
And that's how you welcome back fans at the Thohoyandou Stadium at Supersport United, who are enjoying a slender 1-0 lead.
United have been conceding a fair few in recent times. Supersport collects that from Don Crossfield pass. Since their clean sheets last 16, Supersport has called back. They have conceded in all of their last 4. It's their longest run without a clean sheet since November last year. Now, this is Ngwepe, goes from range. And he has blasted that well over.
Good attempt, unfortunately. They are unable to keep it on top. They have to do more of that. They want to get a goal. It's about those attempts and hoping that at least some of them are on target.
TTM have extra incentive. half a dozen. The now won Nedbank Cup to that tally. Supersport United tried to re-establish themselves in this cup where they enjoyed so much success in 2015 and in 2016-17 when they won it back-to-back, because their exploits in the Nedbank Cup since then have been quite poor. They went into their last 32 match against Maritzburg United, having been knocked out in the first round in the last 4 editions coming into this tournament. And they'd actually not scored in any of their previous 3 Nedbank Cup matches before Ikram Reiner's goal against Maritzburg United.
El Topolo finds that to be very humorous. He believes that was a throw-in that should have gone their way.
They'll continue everything. Their team are in a significantly worse option than they were just a few moments ago.
Well, man down there, probably some cramp.
Now Supersport United have relinquished leads late on in recent times. Famously doing so against Orlando Pirates in the middle of last month. Love is in the air here at the Thohoyandou Stadium. Looking slightly less enthusiastic than they were in the first half. The game might just have run away from the hosts here at Takuma, as Sietlapo is thrown on for Supersport United. He's come on for Talente Mbata. And for Mbata, turned 22 last month. It's a bit of a sad end. He hobbles off here. First start since December, just a second start in total across the course of the season. I actually think he had a pretty good game. I don't know what you make of his performance. Shot wayward, but it's taken a deflection as Kampani looks for another.
Yeah, Supersport seem to be in full control of this fixture, and they convert this corner, and I suppose it's just a case of game running to its full force.
Well, Coleman's really up for it, and he has provided the previous 2 goals as that flash towards goal from an extremely tight angle by Keegan Giannis. Well, he has scored some belters this season. He was trying for another. We were just touching on it. Gomo took the corner because he provided the assist for Jesse Donnelly in the penalty, which group converted. So he's a hand in both goals.
You know, at his age, he's still ever able to do what players would still, but he's shown his experience. Quality player has been one of getting injuries that has kept him out for certain periods. But you mentioned the fact that he's been involved in both goals. Second one where he showed class, his ability not to panic.
He's on the ball again, and he's fed Rasipocha. Rasipocha hanging that will be an easy claim for Koch. Came into this game with 4 clean sheets this season, 3 in the league and 1 in that 3-0 win. Simikani in the cup. So we've seen 2 here this evening. Swept in by Amuji. Oh! How about that to draw one back? It's Tumi Ngwebe with an absolute firecracker.
Well, if you compare the two, you see that's a tight one to call. Fantastic strike there. And he left Ronwen Williams standing. Quality strike, and you can see Gaetano Tembo really not amused. Lack of pressure, but you have to give Tumi Wepe full credit for that well taken goal. Ball from Amoji, unable to be cleared by Phillips, heads it down and he hits it on the volley. As that ball drops, he strikes it cleanly with the laces. Great goal.
That one kissed the underside of the crossbar as it blazed past Ronwin Williams, left rooted to the spot, and TTM have life in this tie.
Well, this is going to spur them on. We thought that Supersport had the game in their hands and controlled it so well, but that clearance from Phillips, not the best of clearance, played it back into an area where that man Guepe was lurking, and he didn't ask for a second chance. He struck it so well.
Fleurs repels that. Well won. Up to Mpete. The ball in. It's not cleared at the first time of asking. Still trying to scramble it away here, Supersport United.
Well, you did mention earlier, Supersport have a tendency of conceding late goals, and it seems like tonight is no exception.
Yeah, that clean sheet eludes them again. Well, two over this. One of them, the former Supersport United man, Mpete. Looks as though he may have trudged away from it. He's going to leave it for men who tested Williams in the first half from is behind it. They're grappling with Amoji. Eventually bowls it out. Instead of seen an option. It's found Ngobeni well. Good pace by Sifiso Ngobeni. And the ball taken away from Kampani Lungu. Goma was in the mix, almost ricocheted into the goal. Forward by Mpete. It's only his senior goal he's ever at age 32 now. Was for Supersport United back in the 2015-16 season in a 1-1 draw against Bloemfontein Celtic. There he is with the ball in hand. The goal scorer, Beppe, sprays it across fields, intercepted by Basera, helped further along. They're fighting for everything. TTM, just under 20 minutes to play here. Us to find Lungu. He's driven it towards goal, straight down the throats of the clubman. I think he dallied on that. Perhaps it was a really nice, neat touch from Goma to free him, and took his time and was closed down. That was all he could muster in the end. Now squeeze three for Oji. His low cross away by Basera. Ball in, met by Johannes, and the shots from Mpete. Just a minute after I'm mentioning he only has one senior goal ever.
Well, once again, the Phillips not able to clear the lines. The ball dropped just outside the Supersport goal area, something that we need to work on.
Well, TTM have had more of the possession in the second half as Mpete gets forward again. He evades and Flapo puts it in. The crowd roar. They're really getting behind the hosts here.
TTM showing some great enterprise. They smell blood. They see there's an opportunity to level matters, and they're throwing everything at Supersport.
Supersport do arrive here with a pretty good away record this season. It's usually the case that they rely on home form. But their home form has been poor this season, especially in recent times, been dreadfully poor. It's looking to restore the 2-goal cushion. Ngoma, it's a brilliant ball. He's found Lungu. Lungu looking for the bottom corner, denied by Gershon Cocker, keeps his team in this one.
Once again, great cross here from Ngoma. Great chip to Lungu. But that keeper was at the right place in the right time and did ever so well. Look at that chip. Any golfer would be proud of that particular chip.
So what can they make of this Ngoma corner? They will do for Keegan Johannes. Came into this game, Supersport having kept 8 clean sheets on their travels in 14 matches, and just 2 at home for Rook, which is not a good return at all, as Amoji squares up with Phillips, drives towards the byline, wins his team a corner kick. Keegan Phillips has started with the team now known as Cape Town Spurs before moving on to now defunct Bidvest Wits, carving out a great career for himself at Supersport United. He and the rest of the backline will have to be at their best in the closing stages. Peters ball in. One comes to nothing.
Well, Phillips has been outstanding in the past, winning a man of the matches on a number of occasions. Definitely one who has the ability, played for the under-20 national team as well, scored against Argentina in the under-20 World Cup.
Well, TTM, if they want victories at home, recently have made a habit of having to try and outscore their opponents. Now, no clean sheets in any of their last 10 games at home. But they look really up for it. We are closing quarter of an hour here at Thohoyandou Stadium. Do have a problem for the veteran Thohoyandou, though.
Yeah, seems like Wimbo has a little bit of cramp. He took a knock. He's been stretched off.
Well, this is how they reduce their arrears.
Combination between the captain and Amuji there to get the cross in, and that clearance fell for him. And Kwepe will look back and say, what a strike. What a beautiful strike from this young man.
Well, we've been treated to 2 of the best goals that you're ever likely to see on the same night. Remarkable that Jesse Don scores from outside the area a brilliant first-time finish. He flicked his ankle to get the power on that, and then Kwepe trying to match him in terms of quality with that exquisite hit. Camilla Marker gone for Thohoyandou. He just saw stretch it off. It's their 4th change for the evening.
Yeah, well, it was Doe and not Muyambo.
That would have been a blow had it been Muyambo. Is just recently on. Oh, look at the pace. Now it's a foot race between Fleurs and Teboko Motlong. And Motlong, the substitute, has gone down under the challenge of Fleurs. It's only a yellow card. He's lucky due to the geography of that challenge that it was so far from goal and they were covering players.
Yeah, well, it just was a race, and it looks like Motlong won the race. Their Fleurs a little bit too late, and just couldn't stop Motlong. It was like a 100-meter sprint. It was more like a 50-meter dash.
Brilliant acceleration from both men. Motlong just had the edge. Well, it's ambitious from Relani Manzini. Got the ball back into play as quickly as they can. Gwepe to Amoji. Lovely from Amoji. It's just unlucky to see that run away from him. The man who has 2 goals this season, 1 in the cup and 1 in the league.
Yeah, he did well, but just a bit of a heavy touch there that got away from him. And if he had better touch, I suppose it would have been followed by a quality cross.
Nation Gauteng, Amoji, 25 years old. Oh, brilliantly forward for Motlong, who gets in behind. Oh, what a covering challenge that was. Absolutely brilliant from Keenan Phillips.
Yeah, that is why I mentioned earlier on, he's a quality defender. He read it so well. But in the process, I think he just tweaked a bit of his leg muscle there and did ever so well. That was gold written all over it.
Premise as he got up. I think his leg was jarred as he landed. Low corner, easily away, but it forced for Motlong, who's looked so bright since coming on. Ball left behind. Jesse Dunn is clattered after clearing it.
Well, it seems like the referee is dishing out those yellow cards. Don being the victim in this instance with the tackle there, and Topola the recipient of that yellow card. See, he goes in, but starts showing Topola very fortunate there just to get a yellow. You look at that stats there, red would have probably been the appropriate card in that instance.
We're obviously focused on the foul, but I'm sure you noticed the good defensive work from Aubrey and Goma. Stuck a toe in there to get it away.
He's been outstanding in Goma tonight. Really has done extremely well.
Moved forward again. Amoji in pursuit.
Wasted opportunity there.
Williams watches that over. Supersport United looking to get the victory over Lucky Nelekao's Chakumucha Mandela. He was the man who formed this team. He got those with the deeper pockets on board to make this dream a reality. Had a brief playing career, played for Black Leopards during the Gavin Hunt era, and he moved on to Bushbucks, left-footed player. But even by his own admittance, he lets the glamour of football and the dark side that comes with it kind of get to him, and his career came to a premature end. But after that, he decided that he would go into coaching, and not only would he look to coach players in the football aspect, but also the life side of it to make sure they don't repeat the kind of mistakes that he did. Here's Rossi Pocha, cleverly out to Phillips. Phillips hoists that high towards the back post. Gwepe received from Amoji. Returned it to him. That's lovely play from TTM. Clever little check. And Gwepe looking for his second. Now, still an opportunity. And Zini smashes that into the shins of a defender. The flag had long since gone up.
Yeah, Motlong, getting into an offside position there, and the assistant well positioned. Here we see Motlong there. Not only Motlong, but he's interfering with play, and the referee and the assistant judging him to be offside.
Keeping Phillips down, touching his lower back.
Now we see why. Oh, bit of a collision there with Alabi.
Supersport United in their last 15 away games against Limpopo sides, not including a match in the bio bubble against Black Leopards, is obviously outing, but it's very even. They've won 5, they've drawn 5, and they've lost 5.
Very balanced team, you say.
Yeah, at least the results when they come up north. There's Kampani Lungu holding off a Peta. Chop down.
Looking for a second penalty.
Yeah. Our numbers getting forward as Ngwepe holds onto the ball.
Yeah, Ngwepe has been outstanding as well. Kept his cool besides scoring that wonderful ball.
Renzini slips it through. Opportunity for the equalizer. And they found it. Amuji off the bench. Pandemonium at the Thohoyandou Stadium. Salute. Salute. And that one, so important for Amuji and for the coach, for his fallen brother, Arnold Mudau.
What a fantastic goal from Amuji. Did all the work initially. And that third run from Amuji. Well taken goal, kept his cool. Here you see it. Ball played in, he makes that run, the tiniest run in behind. You can see Phillips plays him onside, and his side puts it, leaving the keeper there, Ronwen Williams, taken goal from Amuji.
Well, from 2 down, they've restored parity on their own patch here. And TTM, with the wind in their sails, might even be looking to win this in regulation time. But we're now creeping towards an extra 30 minutes.
Well, it's critical. These last couple of minutes can be the decider. And once again, Supersport lapsing in concentration. And conceding at the time when it looked like it was over for TTM.
Well, I think we might have forgotten what fans can do for a team. And this is as an emphatic reminder as we could possibly have hoped for. There perhaps was a moment before the first TTM goal came. That's some of the atmosphere had died, but my word, we're in for some finish here as Tapelo Maseko is brought on for Sfiso Gobeni. The 18-year-old Tapelo Maseko, he only completed his matric last year, and now he has an opportunity to try and affect this game.
Well, I suppose it means a lot to Amuji, somebody who's faster today, and also a player who's come from a situation where he felt that he had to do it for himself as well as for his family, because he comes from a very difficult story. In fact, I was told that he lost his dad, and it meant everything for him to become a professional footballer.
Thohoyandou Stadium is rocking like days of old. What a story it would be if they could go on to win this. And they are well poised to do so. 4 goals shared evenly here. Supersport at one point looked like they were absolutely cruising after Kampani Lungu netted from the spots to give them a cushion, a 2-goal cushion.
Mapeta a little bit unfortunate with his touch. The difficult ball to control. And another man down with cramp.
Yeah, you might have seen the visuals.
Oh, no cramp.
Yeah.
That was a very late tackle, very naughty from Ngoma.
It's lucky to escape unpunished. Al-Alabi, part of what was a pretty leaky-looking back line. Remember that before they gave away that penalty, there were a fair few chances afforded to Supersport United. They could already have been 2 up at that point.
Yeah, they just came to life in this later part of this half, and they've shown that they're not going to take things lying down.
Now, free kick. Rulani Manzini still on the field. They've made 4 changes, but they've kept their talisman in the mix for a moment like this. You'll notice the visuals, the shaking for those of you back home, and that is because this stand, this main grandstand, is rocking. That's where our cameras are stationed. Big moment. He's had 3 direct free kicks. In fact, yeah, 3. He's hit the target with 2 of them, although the 3rd was from a very acute angle. So make that 2.
Yeah, well, if he catches it, it could go all the way.
He can. Benzini into the wall. He has another go. He might have a 3rd hit. He does. That one loops up, and Supersport United will get it away. In fact, they won't. Guepe to Amoji. Corner. The ball in. They'll drop you at the edge of the area for the Bochum. You can't emulate what Dan and Guepe have already managed. He came here for war.
Yeah, the general. He's over the moon.
Yeah, they love him. Hey, Mamoji. Well, he is that type of player that it's quite evident that he gives absolutely everything. He holds back nothing.
Yeah, he plays with his heart on his sleeve. And the player that's shown since he's come on was involved in the first goal with the cross that Phillips was unable to clear. And then that wonderfully taken goal, making a 3rd man into the area and keeping his cool against one of the best keepers in the business.
We were well into the 3 additional minutes here. Aubrey and Goma, involved in both of United's goals, will take this free kick. In it goes. Put behind. Won't be the corner that Supersport United felt they were owed. It's been a difficult run for Supersport United, but we also can't forget how many games they've had to play away from home. Their last match against Chippa was at home. Was their first home match in 5 games. And we will go to extra time here. Supersport United let a 2-goal lead slip. Jesse Don opened the scoring in tremendous fashion. Absolutely brilliant goal, but Tumi Mgwepe said, I've also got that in my locker, as he plundered the goal that pulled them back within 1 before Naeem Amoji on off the bench, thrown on by Lucky Nelekau. Managed to restore parity, and we have another 30 minutes to come.
Yeah, it's far from over. You can see this has just given TTM a lifeline, and that man there, Amuji, has given them the opportunity. And then the second bite at the cherry, and who knows, maybe they'll take it.
Score after 90 minutes, Chakuma 2, Supersport United 2, extra time to come. Well, TTM were in the trenches, as it were. Now, the boys have battled back. They've been well and truly entertained here, treated to some fantastic goals. The fans are getting their money's worth, that's for sure. Money's worth in terms of goals and money's worth in terms of extra time. More football to enjoy. This was the opener from Jesse Don, and you thought, well, it can't get better from here, can it?
Yeah, real quality goal there. Good break down the flank. Excellent run in, and look at the quality of the cross. Just a cut back, but it's that strike from Jesse Don that really put the cherry on the cake. Look at it. He strikes it. He has to reposition, in fact, because he's forward and he looks to come back. And here's Goma's second assist to get that penalty. Took Motlong to the cleaners.
Kampani Lungu sent Christian Cook the wrong way, and at this point you thought Supersport United had wrapped it up. They may have taken their foot off the gas after this.
Well, I suppose they should have managed the remaining minutes, kept the ball better, starved TTM on the ball, but in fact they were looking for their third goal. And there's that strike. What a strike from Weber. I mean, it's just out of this world.
They turned up the intensity. Amuji swept it. It was a difficult cross to deal with, and that's as far as they could get it, to the end of the area. Keenan Phillips nodding it down. Weber waiting to whip it in. Oh, my goodness. It's been every time you look at it.
But this is a goal of pure class. Look at the third man run there, in behind the defense, picks his spot and finishes it so well. Look at the celebration.
It's Shearer-esque.
It looked like he's holding a torch above his head. There's it, timed his run. And look, he just opened his body, placed that ball beyond Ronwin Williams.
So that's the story so far. There is still a final chapter. Plenty more to be written at the Thohoyandou Stadium. This man, I'm sure, front and center. Back underway at the Thohoyandou Stadium for an additional 30 minutes that I'm sure Supersport United would not have wanted to see. They at least have a week break before they go away to the Kaiserchiefs next weekend, looking to avenge that target scoring a double. It's him who will play sooner. They've got a midweek obligation in the Gladys Championship against Platinum City Rovers. They just need to stay relegation, which they're doing an okay job of at the moment. Of course, not getting to 5-4, so simply out of the 2 is sufficient. after 12th, and is 6 points ahead above the drop zone. 6 games left to play. They've probably done enough at this point.
The fouling Rassi Boja. Very tricky customer, this guy.
Yeah. Pretty late with that challenge. Takes. Johannes was almost under it. Committed display from the captain, Rolando Manzini. Thohoyandou rising 14 in total. In by Ngoma, missed by everyone.
Well, this game has just come alive in the second half. Even though Supersport were goal to the good in the first half, it was just the second half where things really got to another level. But this is what cup football is about, you know. The team will stop the ability to want to get to the next round, and that's what TTM did. They never stopped running.
Well, they proved they had the ability to get past top flight opposition in the last 32 against the Golden Arrows. They were one of 5 teams that beat a side from a higher division in that particular round. They have been to penalties already this season, whereas Supersport United have not. The last penalty shootout the Supersport were involved in was in 2017-18 in the Nedbank Cup. They lost on penalties in the last 32 after drawing 1-1 Bloemfontein Celtic. They keep giving away a free kick in this exact position.
And it could bite the end of the day, because you don't want to give free kicks away. Ngoma has proven beyond a doubt that he can get the ball in there with real accuracy. And all you need is just a Supersport player on the end of one of those free kicks.
So Ngoma with another goal. A decent looking take. Well, for both these sides, getting further in this competition, potentially going to the final, will allow them to reflect on this campaign a little more favorably than they might if they drop out here. Supersport United trying desperately to hang on to the top 8 spot. And considering all their injury problems and how congested it is mid-table, might be a pretty difficult proposition. As Amoji feeds him Peta.
Clever pass.
Phillips, yeah, clever pass, very.
Showed composure, good first touch. Just stretch that pass, that killer pass, that champagne pass. Phillips doing ever so well. See, he was offside when that pass was made, but Phillips didn't know about it, so you have to compliment the way he defended.
Well, imagine if Supersport United were to concede a third, and I'll just go back to saying that before they conceded 3 against Pirates, they hadn't done so in 25 games. And if they were to chip another one, it would then be 3 conceded in 3 of the last 5.
It's not something we would be too proud of. I suppose the coach as well, because he's insisted that he's sorted out their defensive frailties. He was confident before the game that the team has turned the corner as far as conceding goals is concerned.
No complaints from Pepe. He knew what he had done.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he'd done.
Got it back to Williams. Given away to Alabi. Wepe. Slapo has dispossessed him illegally.
Wepe definitely a player I'm sure the Premier teams will be looking at, composed, knows when to accelerate, how he attacks the space. And I think a lot of eyes are on that player.
Manchester would have been so eager to do well in this tournament, even prior to the start. Just considering how poorly they've done since winning it back-to-back. Mentioned earlier, knocked out in the last 32, 4 seasons in succession prior to this. And if you include wins and losses on penalties, they had been defeated in their last 4 Nedbank Cup matches coming into this campaign. Whereas they had only lost 4 across 29 previous matches in the competition during that run, where they did so well and won it twice. Get it away with authority by Keegan Johannes, and accurately too to Rasipocha. He's trying to feed Lungu, defending by Motlong. Yambo, Gwepe turns it around the corner to Menzini.
One has to ask, is the physical attributes going to be the decider? The team who's fitter going into this extra time.
Motlong steers her through. It's a lovely ball. What does the referee say? Nothing. Basera challenged, seemingly from behind. All those in attendance can't believe it. Big shot for a penalty there. Nothing given, and now Supersport United in possession with Slapo. No real forward options for him. See, Don has it. Hannes to Phillips.
TTM sitting back in their own half, waiting to catch Supersport when they counter-attack.
William. Back to him by Johannes. Now Lux Fleurs has given it away. Oh, how about that? Can you believe it?
Unbelievable. I promise you, if anybody wrote the script at halftime, we would have never thought that a TTM would come back and do what they've just done. They've left the Supersport team standing and watching. You can see the Soldiers on the side saluting everybody, and look at the players. He's lost his shirt. He's possibly going to get a yellow card, but he doesn't care. Look at this ball being played through here. Makes a run from team, and once again there he's being played on. And yes, a wonderfully taken goal. That defensive line of Supersport didn't push up at the appropriate time, and they were caught wanting once again.
Well, the subs. What a master stroke from Coach Lucky Nelikau. The Motlong feeding Tumelo Maka for the go-ahead goal, having forced this game to extra time through a goal from another sub.
Well, you did say if they come back and score the third goal, it will be the third time that Supersport find themselves in this situation. But now it's going to be a case of a Supersport throwing everything at TTM. How TTM is going to hold out is very important. They need to keep that ball instead of just having to sit back and defend.
And they have once again conceded 3, Supersport United. The third time in 5 games that they have been breached 3 times. Lucky Nelikau has masterminded the comeback. Now they just need to hang on here. 3 minutes remain of the first half of extra time. Smattering of Supersport United fans in attendance, shell-shocked. And I hope you don't mind me using yet another military pun, but it has been Lucky Nelikau's evening, clad in those army colors. You thought it was going to be a rather sad outing for him as he pays homage to his late brother. And look at everyone getting in on the occasion. The military colors in the VIP area, where you may have noticed Masala Maluotsi, the man who's bankrolling this TTM project. Out on the far side, fans who haven't been through turnstiles in over 2 years, bearing witness to a phenomenal story here. Supersport need to make another change. He will be throwing on Telemudzimo Matodzi. He's made just 1 appearance this season in a 0-0 draw against Kukuni United in December. Never featured in the Nedbank Cup. Spasiso Maziko also onto the 22-year-old. Made 5 sub-appearances this term. Cleared off the bench in both of their last 2 games, but also hasn't featured in the Cup yet.
Well, as you said, Supersport seem shell-shocked. Are they going to launch a counter strike and take this game to penalties? It'll have to probably happen come the second half of extra time.
Intercepted. Supersport United need to take advantage of this moment with TTM short at the back. That they've dealt with the danger effectively. Through to the man who scored the goal that put them ahead. Milomaka. Amuchi will let this run out. A whistle to signal the end of this first half of extra time imminent. Fleurs gets away. Guepe. Well, may amount to nothing, but it will help the cause. His goal started the comeback. Well, last season, the side bearing the name, Chakuma Chamanzi Bandila beat Supersport United in the last 32. Marumo Gallants, as they know now, widely regarded as the defending champions. But the team currently known as TTM have a point to prove. And their coach, Lucky Nilagawa, has reiterated time upon time that they are the defending champions and they're going to play as if they are seeking to retain this crown, whether there's truth to that or not. And having forced extra time from 2 goals down, they take the lead in the first 15 of the additional 30. Off the bench came Maka, assisted by another man who had emerged from among the subs, Tebogo Motlong. And that's the tale as of now. TTM 3, Supersport United 2. Now Supersport United are 5-time winners of the National Cup under the guise of Nedbank Cup. They have won it 3 times, joint most along with Mamelodi Sundowns. To many, might have seemed like a dream final, but the chances of that happening might be evaporating. Mamelodi Sundowns in action tomorrow. They take on Summerfield Dynamos, one of the best teams on the continent, taking on a side from the ABC Motsepe League, the pride of Chatsworth, looking to upset the heavyweights.
Yeah, with Clinton Larson, who has had a fantastic coaching career in the PSL. He's gone down and he says he wants to take this team up. He's got to get a group of players, and they've really taken to him, and he's done ever so well.
About to get back underway here. Just another word for Clinton Larson. Yeah, they've already won the KZN stream of the ABC Motsepe League. And they will be in the national playoffs whenever they are scheduled for in just a couple of months' time.
Well, it's important for TTM to keep Supersport pinned back and ensure that they don't make careless errors where they turn over possession in areas where Supersport can hurt them.
Oh, that is a rough challenge from Alab. He's gone down in on the young Maziko.
Well, Alabi's had all the right to challenge for that ball, but I think Maziko there turning his back.
Dispossessed is Maseko, the 18-year-old from Sebo King. Mistake by Luke Fleurs. Another very lazy pass. Almost allows Benzini in again. TTM in possession. Guepe. Lovely. Looking to combine with another goal scorer.
Well, once again, that man that I mentioned early on, Guepe, quality player, cool and calm under the pressure, just does everything.
Hoisted in. Maseko's there. They still drop. Lugu was lurking.
Well, this is where Matlong has to ensure that he's at his best with the remaining minutes on the clock. A lot is going to be expected of him when Supersport launch that aerial attack.
So Maseko takes. his best. Matodzi slipping at the most inopportune moment, but somehow managed to scramble the ball out wide. Good claim from Gershon Koch. Flung out towards Ngwepe. Taps back inside. Nicely done by the talented midfielder. A clever touch, and he gets the call in his favor as well, Ngwepe.
Yeah, and Supersport's bench is fuming. Such a elusive player, this boy Ngwepe. Look at his touch here. And he was obstructed there by Maseko. Always good to see a player showing some skill, but in a positive way.
Yeah.
And ensuring that he keeps his team on the front. Hasn't done things or skills for the sake of doing it.
Face like thunder from Coach Arendse.
Yeah, he's fuming. He never thought they would be in the situation that they find themselves in.
Eventually get it away to the visitors. Up to Kampani Lungu. Alabi. Fleurs with his head. Now this suits TTM. They can continue to play head tennis. Now they get forward. Benzini down under the challenge. Well, he crumpled to the ground a little too easily, and the referee was right on the scene to determine that wasn't perhaps the legitimate foul. Yeah.
Well, he played for it. He knows why he's done it. He knows it's an area where he can and he just took a dive there and said, if I get it, who knows? I could put the fourth one on the board.
Arrested to space. TTM will take care of this. Nice defending. Now looking to escape from the back, which they do. Oh, good ball in behind. Mutlong's quick. Mutlong's very quick. It's a foul.
Very fortunate there for Basera. Loses the ball. It's a bit of a shove there in the back, is what the referee has adjudged to be a foul. Well, the good thing is TTM is not sitting back. They setting up a block, but they're looking to go forward on the counter-attack and score that important hot goal. They realize it's a very fragile lead that they have.
Setup, vaulting over Motlong in his attempts to get that ball. Having been brought down, Basera takes the free kick. He's hung that up, and a little flick away by Labi. Labi under it again. Benzini helping it along to Amoji while he's coaxing Johannes into the challenge. Ngwepe beats into it.
Well, they're running down the clock very effectively.
That's a strong header. So just 8 minutes remains for TTM to see out. And they have to contend with another free kick from deep. And the shot! Oh, wow! Well,
that was
in keeping with the game that has flown in.
So close.
Yeah, Luke Fleur is brilliant.
You know, it looked like it was gold written all over it. They unfortunately weren't able to clear their lines. And very fortunate there. Look at that strike from Luke Fleurs. There we see it. Ball not being able to be cleared, and he strikes it so clean. Keeper had no chance of getting anywhere close. It's that free kick from Bronwyn Williams. We spoke about how Supersport is going to look to use the aerial attack, and they've done so.
Well, a whisker away from potentially sending this game to penalties. As it is, Chakuma still have their lead intact. Luke still lamenting that missed chance. At the other end, Lani Manzini with an opportunity to finish this off with his trademark. If anyone can score from this distance, you're looking at the man who's capable.
Our time's running out. 7 minutes on the clock.
Well, his take flies into Maseko from immediate danger. Weber. Oh, brought down. This was silky on the ball.
Very shrewd customer, this player. Was it Matodzi?
Here they go again. Corner. And the man who wins it, Mingwepe.
Mingwepe is really a player that knows how to manage the time left.
Hit double figures for corners, TTM. Osera scampers away with it. Had the attentions of Motlong. Wasn't likely to beat him for pace.
Yeah, seems like it's been a bit of a handball there by Lungu. Ball played in, look what he does. There he Fortunate not to get a booking for that. Well, this is going to be for the longest minutes for TTM.
And for them in the stands. Yeah. Actually, it might not. They're already in party mode. There's Motlong. And Manzini. Oh, clever little setup. That was really nicely done, trying to lay it on a platter. Michael coming in.
Well, that will be the icing on the cake. He struck it cleanly. Didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, I thought he would just put his foot through it, having already scored, Maka. Well, they need to take advantage of this. It is a weapon. King Phillips' long throw. Plenty of bodies assembled in the box. The flick on is good. Maseko. Amuji doing some defensive work. Maseko gets his cross. And Schlapo turns it over. And it is bodies on the line. Blocked. Benzini trying to get away from Fleurs. Luke Fleurs, remember, is already on a yellow card.
Yeah,
that's not enough to warrant another, though.
Well, that was enough because he stopped the attack
yes.
there.
Promising play, broke down a promising play, yeah. So maybe he is a little lucky. That's where booming noise is emanating from.
Well, as we speak, it's 3 minutes now. On the clock.
And that past minute did tickle very slowly.
Yeah. Well, for the fan who's hoping that the underdog does well, that clock is running even slower.
Another throw from Phillips. TTM deal with this one much better than they did with the earlier one. And now an opportunity on the break. The Boko Motlong. Fleurs comes across to close him down. Motlong. That one skewed off his boots and out. Boy, throw in.
Yeah, he did everything so well, but that shot just eluded him. Looked for power. Well,
almost over the line. Lucky Nilikau.
Yeah. The general thing. Is it going to be my night with just 2 minutes to go?
Oh, Grepe. Oh! And he gets it back. Benzini and Grepe combined. Delightful. Maka. Motlong! Well, that would have sealed it in style. Ronald Williams makes the save.
Well deserved of the lead that they have. They've really done well in the second half. And there we see the salute from the coach. Lucky Nelukau. Brilliant save there from Ronald Williams. And if it wasn't for him, I think it would have been curtains for Supersport.
They're so close now. The hosts, TTM, that's hung up. Spin to the hands of Ronald Williams, which does Supersport United one last opportunity. But the players out there clad in white do look a little tired, has to be said. Now, no free kick. TTM have it. Benzini. Diamond Tapala with the header. High into the night here. That's taken seconds off coming down. There they go again. Maka. Maka hauled down by Nhlapo.
Well, it's time up, and the referee's playing referee's optional time. Players on the pitch, some of them down with cramp.
And this is the best placed free kick that Benzini's been afforded all evening long. Benzini put it over. Plenty of power, a little curl, not enough accuracy. 31 minutes on the clock in extra time. There's the whistle. Well, it's hard to imagine a better welcome back to the fans. They returned in their numbers, and TTM have come from behind. Lucky Nelikau, perhaps with some assistance from above, has masterminded a dramatic comeback. Naeem Amoji was the man to have grabbed the equalizer that sent this game into extra time. Well, every sub that was thrown on really played their parts. Amoji scored, as did Maka. The Boko Motlong provided an assist for the winner. It's a dream night. A dream night for Chakuma Chamazibandila. Things haven't quite gone the way they would have hoped for in the Gladifika Championship, but in the Nedbank Cup, they march on. They are semi-finalists, the first side to book their spots in the last four. And they've set the bar high for the remaining quarterfinals. This will go down as a classic. What a match. What a match here at the Thohoyandou Stadium. And if ever there was a reminder of why exactly you should be coming to the stadiums, returning to the stadiums, this was it. Supersport United thought they'd won it, but it was not to be. 2 goals up, they were cruising. And TTM turned the game on its head. Pandemonium in the stands upon the scoring of their equalizer, and indeed their winner. They kept 10,000 here at the stadium, probably little over 3 tonight, but you would imagine that if indeed they get to host a semi-final, all 10,000 of their allocation will be filled. Welcome back to the fans. Chakuma Chamati Bandila from 2-0 down, come back to win it in extra time. The final score, Chakuma 3, Supersport 2.
What a way to welcome back the fans. It's the first quarterfinal of the Nedbank Cup 2022. Chakuma coming back from 2-0 down to walk away victorious. They put themselves a place in the semi-finals. Our man of the match is Dumingwepe from TTM. Let's see what he gets from Nedbank.
Dial *120 *002#. Select option 2. Enter the recipient's cell phone number and press send. Enter the amount of 5,000 Rand. There you go, transaction successful.
A 5-goal thriller here at the Thohoyandou Stadium. Our Nedbank Cup man of the match is Dumingwepe of TTM. Dumi, congratulations on your man of the match accolade as well as the performance from the team. How was it out there?
I think I'm not undermining them, but I feel like we were playing against an NED team because a few players they just got promoted now from the MDC, so they are still young. So yeah, I think we played well. They scored us first, and we keep on grinding. We scored 3 goals, and we keep on rotating the ball, making sure that we stay compact and we play as well. We didn't defend after scoring 3 goals. We went to them and we scored 3 goals. I think, yeah, we did well.
Talk us through what was going through your minds in the first half when you guys were trailing by goal 2-0.
To be honest, I knew that we will bounce back. We got experienced strikers, Rindani and Manzeni. Like, they've been scoring for us. So, yeah.
Let's talk about the fans, Dumi, because we welcome back fans for the very first time since March 2020. How was it playing with the fans now in your home turf?
To be honest, we miss them. We miss them a lot. It was fun. I think Supersport, they were playing against us and the fans. So it was more difficult for them.
Thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you.
Dumingwepe, our Nedbank Cup man of the match, one of the scorers here for Chakuma Chamati. They were playing at home, of course, in this Nedbank Cup encounter. A 3-2 victory for them. They march on to the semi-finals. We now bring in the head coach of Supersport United, Coach Kaitami Tembe. Coach, you must be disappointed after losing a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, look, it shows where we are at the moment. There's lack of leadership. I think this game, we shouldn't have lost this game. If we had a little bit of leadership in terms of, our defending, we needed, to show a little bit of leadership in terms of, people showing, doing the right things at the right time. And we gave away some goals. We worked hard for the goals that we scored. I thought we played very well. And then we gave away 3 soft goals.
They had the added advantage of the whole crowd?
Yeah, of course. I think the home crowd, did push them a little bit. Even when they were still 2-0 down, they kept on, probing. But once you, a 2-0 down, a 2-0 lead sometimes is a very dangerous lead. Because once they get a goal, they start believing. And we shouldn't have gone to that. I thought we should have done better and defended a little bit better.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Thohoyandou Tembo of Supersport United, they got those early goals from Jesse Don as well as Kampani Lungu. However, it was the home side, TTM, coming back from 2-0 down to claim a 3-2 victory. The head coach now joins us, Lucky Nelukau. Coach, congratulations. What a performance from your team. How would you describe it?
In they said the tombo nyadzwanga.
What does it mean?
Is the brick that undermined by the builders. I told you even before, we were supposed to win it in 90 minutes. It's just that they were unlucky. I'm a coach who are lucky to have players who respect the career that God has given to them. These players respect me as young as I am. The way we're working at training session, I know the result is going to be like this.
Coach, let's talk about your subs, because you brought in the likes of Tumelo Maka as well as Amoji, both scoring in that second half. Just talk us through the timing of those subs that you made.
That was the plan. As you saw, the midfielder was not functioning. So I brought Maka and Naim Amoji to stabilize a bit in midfielder.
You spoke about the experience from some of your players like Manzini. You guys went into extra time against Golden Arrows. Supersport United hadn't been to extra time. Today, once again, you lived up to the expectations. You're playing in front of your home crowd. Just talk us through that.
Those players you mentioned, that's the players that they make life difficult for Supersport, Manzini and Manzini and Low. And thanks to them to believe in themselves. So we're looking forward to win this Nedbank Cup.
The fans, Coach. I can't let you go without talking about the fans, because they were cheering you on.
No, we have got a lot of supporters. We are still going to do it. We have a lot of supporters. There's no team here in Limpopo that can compete when it comes to supporters.
Now, before the match, we were talking that you wanted to dedicate this match to your late brother, Arnold. You've got an important win. You are through to the semi-finals. He must be smiling.
I'm smiling. I know, even if he's no more, but to me, he's still with me. I was close to him. I know he's still with me. He's still telling me that I'm still going to win the final. I'm going to win the final for him.
You are going all the way to the final.
This 7 million, I'm going to give it to him. I will tell you when we're going to final.
Thank you so much, Coach. Well done, and all the best for the rest of the tournament.
No, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Saluta.
Coach Nelukau says he's going all the way to the final with TTM, and he is going to win the final. The very first team to advance to the semi-finals of the 2020 edition of the Nedbank Cup. They've done it in front of their home crowd here at home at the Thohoyandou Stadium. Let's confirm the 120 minutes stats. Yep, we went into extra time. 8 shots on target for the home side, 6 for TTM. Look at the ball position, 52 and just 48% rather for the away side. And as Dumingwebe of TTM said in our post-match interview, was that he felt like they brought their MDC team. He said, I don't mean to disrespect them, but it felt like we were playing against an MDC side in this Nedbank Cup 2022 quarterfinal. Coach, in our pre-match build-up, you did, predict that TTM were going to go away victorious, but 3-2. I didn't see that one coming.
Well, that's the nature of cup football. You never say die, and you never predict who's going to win until the final whistle. They showed real character. I thought when it was 2-0, I thought it was curtains for TTM, but they showed real character. And I think you can see the relationship they have with the coach as well. They did it for him. And when you have a happy team, then clearly it's a team that can produce the necessary results.
What about Supersport United, Coach? I mean, letting a 2-0 lead slip.
Yeah, it was very disappointing. I suppose 2-0 up. You're an experienced team. You need to know how to manage the rest of the game. And I think from a tactical point of view, they didn't lock the game up when they needed to. And that cost them at the end, because that second goal by Amoji there, you can see that in fact, the first goal there was... we see the cutback from Ngoma. Wonderfully taken goal by Don. And you thought at that moment that it was all systems go for Supersport. Like we said over and over again, that wasn't an easy strike, but you need to give him a real kudos for that goal. And there, Ngoma again, creating a goal from nothing, one-on-one with the defender, and the penalty well struck. And they were really cruising there at that moment in time. You can see the coaches confident that they were going to the next round, but TTM had other plans for them. Look at that penalty, Lungu, well taken, let the goalkeeper go the wrong way, and we thought it was over. But there we see that comeback. Amuji, Phillips unable to clear the lines, and look at that strike there from Guepe. I mean, what a strike. You know, a strike that is a goal-winning strike, even though they were just getting back into the game. It was 2-1.
Yep.
And then, as we say, it just took off from that moment there, and he stuck his so well. Laces shot. Ronwen, all he could do was look over his shoulder and see that ball going in. But this is the goal that was really a marvel to watch. Good combination play. Amuji keeping his cool and slotting it in. Look at that celebration. He knows what it means to his team. He's basically running a marathon there. And look at that wall pass and the third man run. Really kept himself onside. Once again, the defense not able to push up timeously. And well taken goal by Amuji.
Well, TTM won via penalties against Lamontville Golden Arrows, and tonight they went all the way to extra time with Supersport United. But what a story, playing in front of their home crowd, coming back from 2-0 down to clinch a victory. Their coach says, we're going all the way to the final and we are going to win the final, coach.
Yeah, he's very confident. You can see, very humble gentleman. He came with his attire today. You know, he's doing it for, there's a bigger picture. You know, he's lost his brother and he's really so confident, and you can see that confidence oozing, and it's passed on to the players as well. There's the winning goal, and you can clearly see now that Supersport are gutted. Really, they are gutted in extra time, conceding that goal, and there was no way back. But you got to compliment him as well for the way they defended. You know, it's always difficult. 3-2 up. You're playing against a team like Supersport who's going to come at you wave after wave. But they really kept their composure, and well done. I think a deserved win for them.
A deserved win for TTM, the very first side to advance to the last four. We will find out at the end of this weekend who they will face in the Nedbank Cup quarterfinals, semi-finals rather. Let's confirm the next quarterfinals that you can look forward to on your World of Champions. Tomorrow we have Bakaka Bakampatlele up against Marumo Gallants. Former champions Mamelodi Sundowns taking on Summerfield Dynamos, and on Sunday, Royal AM, the high-flying Royal AM up against UP Tuks. You can catch that match live at 2:30. Build up, of course, for that one. It's been an exciting evening here at the Thohoyandou Stadium. We've been treated to 5 goals, and of course, a warm welcome back to the fans. Let's do it again tomorrow as Marumo Gallants up against Bakaka Bakampatlele. Coach, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure working with you. Really enjoyed it.
Yep, absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for joining us on your World of Champions. Keep the conversation going throughout the weekend, because we will be looking forward to confirming the other semi-final spots. From myself, Lindiwe Ngumalo, and the incredible team behind the scenes, it's goodbye for now.
The Premier Soccer League proudly presents the Nedbank Cup.
Dynamic. Exhilarating. The Nedbank Cup. Leona. The Nedbank Cup. The one.